Values. Please don't message me on Facebook and go, I'll frequently get a picture like this and someone will go, what's the value of all of this? And I'm going, you want me to spend 2 hours valuing your collection? Every now and then you get a mega score that you can never top. And I always keep thinking that I'm gonna top it. But wait till you see what I have in store. So my buddy Jason and I, how you doing, Jason? Good. We just bought this storage unit for $100. No one bid against us. And look at what's inside. There is Sideshow Statues. We got Wolverine, we got vintage toys, we got Hellboy and Chewbacca and this, and it just keeps going on and on. I mean, I am ecstatic. $100 investment, and look at Castle Grayskull, bust sideshows. Now before all you guys have a heart attack and are turning green with envy, I have a little revelation. I'm just kidding. This is actually my buddy Jason's storage unit. So we're just kind of diving through and wanted to look at some of the things. Hopefully he'll let me purchase a few. Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers. But even if he didn't, just the rush and going through and reclaiming a lot of these vintage toys. I mean, you don't get to see. I just randomly looked down and picked up an Aquaman Superpowers. Like, where else do you find these kinds of things? Nowhere. But it's fun having collectors that share the same kind of passion and hobby. This statue down here, guys. Check out this. Why are there 2 boxes again, Jason?
Well, one's with the wings open, one's with the wings closed. So.
Oh my goodness.
It's a 1/3 scale, so it's just enormous.
Oh goodness gracious, that is going to be impressive. I cannot wait to see that fully open. That's going to be really, really neat. And also, what caught my eye that I am green with envy is the little idol, Dr. Jones. Give me the idol. Indiana Jones was one of my go-to movies growing up. Crazy sentimental, but we're gonna keep on digging, and we'll get back to you in a little bit. All right. Bye. All right, we came across a special box. A box of an unusual nature. A box that you don't come across very often. What's in the box? Oh, I will show you. Let's start off by a reproduction Wonder Bread He-Man. Reproduction. Yeah. Oh, another Wonder from Down Under. Oh, just a regular Stratos? No, a Bluebeard Stratos. You do not come across Bluebeard Stratoses very often. That is a fine. I think you got that at Circus Maximus in Kalamazoo, if I'm not mistaken. Was this the pre-production one?
Yeah, I think that's the one
of the classics. That's pretty neat. Very, very cool. And then the lasers. Everyone loves laser power He-Man. There's 2 head sculpts. One that looks like Dolph Lundgren, and then the one that looks like He-Man. I'm guessing this one might be the Dolph. Yep, you got them both. So I thought I would share these with you for your viewing pleasure. Alright, I found something crazy. Adequately put, the Green Ogre. Who is the Green Ogre? Oh yes. Any guesses? He's green. He's ugly. He's an ogre named Megator. Oh, he's so ugly that he's beautiful. Let's look at his weapon. It just sucks with these days. I was joking about the the Heman Wonder Bread being a reproduction, and then it turned out one of those two were. But a lot of these weapons nowadays, guys are reproducing them. It's very difficult to know which one's right and wrong unless you have them in hand. Oh, he said it's a reproduction. And sometimes like reproduction bothers me in a sense, but when it's so rare and you can't buy it anywhere else, I don't mind having it. But I still hunt. Like if I have this with in my collection, it doesn't bother me, but I'll still be looking for an original one. All right, thought you guys would get a kick out of that until you get it. All right, this thing is out of control. Cool. Probably one of the neatest things I've seen all day. I don't know, there it is. Behold.
I'm just getting fired up.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
Not so fast.
You gotta save me, foot!
Dollface, I'll get the car. Sorry to put you out. Put. No! I found explain.
Absolutely awesome. Joker's Wild. They made 9,500 of these. Probably, I mean, I'm flabbergasted. I really love it. Jason also said that, he goes, hey, if you want to love it and display it for a while in your home, because it, you know, it's just sitting in a storage unit right now, and I went, I'll hang that up. But my big fear is my kids, but my kids, don't break it. Please don't break it. All right. Oh, I didn't show you this. We glanced at one superpowers earlier, and then we found a literal bin of more vintage superpowers. All the way down. I mean, you are pretty close to having a set. And that freaking Superman is so cherry. One of the common things that I noticed with all superpowers that I've seen over the years is the yellowing of the bubble. It's just the sunlight or whatever type of plastic that they used. And it's not just for superpowers, it's for a lot of the toy lines with the clear plastic bubble. But for somehow that soup freaking didn't get touched by the red sun where he derives his power, and it's a nice clean crisp bubble. He has a second one that hopefully I'll be able to purchase with a yellower bubble, but still this would go on my wall. I would give love to it. And that sounded horrible. Alright, we'll continue. Alright guys, I showed you some Wonder Bread already, and I want to do a whole in-depth video about Wonder Bread and kind of the mystery that collectors love to still talk about him, of where he came from, and you know, it always comes up in conversations, and there's a lot of you know, fakes out there, and we have a fake included right here. You can see, you know, it's obviously painted different hue with the brown, and then there's some other signs that people will talk about, which are, and it's gonna be hard for me to really get in there and zoom in, but just below the bottom center of the black belt there is a gap. Now this is one way to define if he's real. And it's not all-inclusive. Like, this does not apply to all Wonder Breads, as you're going to see in a minute, but there's a little space right there, whereas the regular molds, like, there is no space. These like little strands go all the way up into the belt, but there he has another one, like this one has that space as well. Focus in there for you. Focus. Alright, that has the space as well at the bottom part of the center of the black little space, but this one doesn't. But I still believe this one is legit. No space. It doesn't, I mean, they probably had multiple molds. I don't have all the time to go into which ones are the mysterious origins of the Wonder Bread. I'll have a video in the near future dedicated to just that. But just the fact of seeing 4 of them, granted one is fake, in the same area is quite impressive. I love it. Jason and I were talking about, you know, he definitely is interested in getting them graded, and you got to these days with the fakes out there, and just having that added reassurance from a grading service that it is in fact legit. So if you have one, probably a good idea to get it graded. All right, we'll continue the journey. Another just mediocre box, you know, nothing special, just some vintage Masters of the Universe, like a Ninja carded MOC mint on card with the Giants, the Matty Giants. I see he's back here too. It's come out a number of years ago. Yeah, and then check this out, Clamp Champ, all sorts of treasure. Hey guys, this is the end of the video, and I wanted to kind of show you some of the things that I purchased from my buddy Jason. Obviously that storage locker was jammed packed with treasures. I didn't even scratch the surface. We're gonna do a further tour of that once he has it all set up in the future. But he did let go of a few key items, which I'm super excited to show you about. First one being this little puppeteer I bought. I bought this little puppet. He almost looks like a real boy, doesn't he? Actually, I'm super proud of my son because he's playing old school Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games, and he is doing quite well at them.
Oh, wait.
One of the first things that I bought.
So when I hit this guy.
Oh yeah, the lost levels. The Dark Knight, I believe this is a Sideshow statue of the Heath Ledger Joker. It's beautiful, it's fantastic. It's sealed in there, so I can't really show you too much of it. I mean, it looks pretty much like the cover of that. Wish they put that in color. Maybe he's in black and white, I don't know, I doubt it. Some other super fantastic pieces that I cannot wait to find real estate on my walls. I'm gonna have a conversation with my wife. I wanna put this upstairs, where they kind of transferred probably an old World War II picture and then superimposed that TIE fighter. Same with, you know, the Stormtrooper and the Allies going in there. Gentle Giant did some remakes of like the Yak Face and Carbonite Han that are really, really neat. The Superpowers, I think this was late 80s. Yeah, let's see, 90, actually it's 90. The Flash, not valuable per se, but that's alright, still neat. Super 7 did the reaction kind of Universal Monsters. And then feast your eyes on the table. A lot of the loose kind of stuff that he had been picking up, granted, we had to do a side deal for old Scareglow here, but there's a lot of just kind of loose miscellaneous things. Did get some of these, I keep wanting to call them superpowers, but they're not superpowers. I'm gonna brain fart here. I like Iceman, isn't he kind of neat? That's a really, really neat Iceman sculpt. Or Dr. Freeze, Mr. Freeze. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna edit that out later. People message me all the time because I'm, you know, about obscure toy lines. Granted, I know enough to make me dangerous. I've been doing this a long time, but I don't know every toy line. I don't know every tiny little variant there is. Most of the time I refer people to Facebook. Action Figure Identification is a wonderful Facebook group. They can go and post any part, piece, figure, what have you, and there's thousands of people on there that'll be like, boop, it belongs to this. And that's typically when I get messages, I refer them there unless I know it offhand. Or values. Please don't message me on Facebook and go, I'll frequently get a picture like this and someone will go, what's the value of all of this? And I'm going, you want me to spend 2 hours valuing your collection? I can't do that. I have to do it. I have to go on eBay, sold listings, values change all the time, and typically I go on bidding. I look at the bidding sold listings to truly get the value of a piece. Or if it's really rare and obscure, there's no sold listings on eBay, I'll refer them to the Facebook groups because there are people crazy knowledgeable on that, because I've learned in the past valuing things, and then they put my name all out there and go, well, Justice said it's worth $40, and then people, well, it's really worth 50 or it's really worth 60. I'm like, guys, I don't want to get into arguments about that. Lots of loose Motu, Masters of the Universe, miscellaneous. The Loyal Subjects did these like blind bags where you can get those He-Man figures that came out. Some of this stuff I'm keeping in my personal collection. Like, I want to keep this Hellboy. That is a really, really neat giant thing. I'm gonna find a spot in my collection for it. There's an awesome Hellboy statue right there. I'll probably sell that, maybe keep it for a little bit. Yes, son.
Can I watch some TV in there?
In a little bit. Penguin. I was very surprised that ugly sucker Penguin from Batman Returns carries a few bucks, you know? I mean, it's $100 to $200 depending on the variant. He had a lot of Masters of the Universe classics. A cool little display thing. I think he got this at San Diego Comic-Con, or I can't remember which Comic-Con he went to, and there was this Garbage Pail Kids display that lights up, and you can change them out with the different ones, like the Bazooka Joe one, this Evil Baby, and then the Barbarian Baby. Skeletor and He-Man were so popular from the Classics line, everybody wanted it, and they made, you know, several hundred classic figures. Matty did, but He-Man and Skeletor were the very first few, and as the line progressed, people wanted them, but supply and demand, there was no more supply, demand was there, so they kind of redid them to come out. Super 7 actually came out with these. Yep, Super 7, after Mattel's temporarily relinquished the license, and they came out with these versions, which are pretty similar but different colors, head sculpts, what have you. An AFA graded, let's see, Vader. So I'll probably keep him around for a minute. Super excited. I remember me looking at this in his collection and saying, I hope he sells it to me. I had to do a lot of begging and pleading for the Indiana Jones. Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones.
Daddy.
Yes, son. What the? What are you doing? Mr. Bubbleman? What the heck you got going on? Now put another one on. Let's see if you can get two of them on. Oh man, that's so funny. This was a Ghostbusters exclusive PX previews, San Diego Comic-Con 2019. So that's where we got it, San Diego Comic-Con. And it's all the slimed Ghostbusters. You know, the reflection sucks. Some bookends of Batman and then Superman the other side. Pretty cool sculpts. Love this Tyrannosaurus Rex. Later in the series, they came out with Masters of the Universe 3 different dinosaurs. You know, the pterodactyl, which was shattered in a million pieces. But that's alright. I'm going to carefully remove his head, or the top portion of his head, because this is the piece that normally breaks off up here, which is broken in my personal one. T-Rex has his parts, but the gun, which is oh so frequently broken, is also broken on this one. That's okay. Some miscellaneous Ninja Turtles, Farland Spawn, the old school beat you over the head WWF wrestlers. I mean, these suckers are just solid plastic. This one was hard. That was one of our last negotiations. I paid top dollar because I wanted it. It's unpunched. He had two of them, and we had back and forth for a while, but I ended up giving in just so I can get that for myself. I love this. I have a few of these. They went up in value, but then they clearanced them out, and they're back down. But the, and I say, hey, yeah, what's going on, Prince Adam? If you don't know what I'm talking about and I sound like a crazy person, just YouTube it, what's going on, He-Man, and you'll see a funny little video with colorful rainbows and what have you. A Snake Mountain that's almost, oh my good. Are you serious? What the heck? Whoa! What? Whoa! Holy moly! Now put the other ones on your arms. You want me to get them? And then you can be Mr. Bubble Man? Alright, 1 second, guys. Featuring Mr. Bubble Man! He comes out of the blue corner. He's gonna rock him. He's gonna sack him. He's powerful. Oh no! Mr. Bubble Man.
How about we put this?
You are gonna fall. Oh my goodness. Alright, let me help you out of this thing. Kick him off. Ah, you silly Billy. Alright, almost done with the tour. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Alright, watch out, don't step on anything. Alright, getting down to the final of it. Just a random baseball player, a Flash with a broken head, and a Snake Mountain that's just missing the ladder, and one other thing I can't remember. But yeah, overall, it was a fun pick. And like I told Jason when we were going through the negotiation portion, I was like, dude, I don't even care if I buy anything from you. Just physically going through all this and touching it and having conversations and seeing crazy rare things that you don't see very often, that's my happy place. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'd rather be doing stuff like that than being on any beach in the Caribbean or any place in the world. If that makes me crazy, then I'm crazy. But I love it. This is, it's my playground. It's my happy place. It's my escape from the insanity of the real world. So you guys take care. Love ya. God bless. What are you doing? Oh boy. Alright.